Morning warriors, welcome to Why for this week. Thank you for joining me. Today I want to talk about something a little bit slightly different. I must admit my video title is a little bit clickbaity, but I do want to talk about this because it does impact all teams, not just technology teams. And it's kind of like the hidden killer. People talk about alcohol and driving being the hidden killer or being a problem. The real problem really is tiredness and driving, but there's no test for it. And this is a similar sort of situation. Okay, so in all likelihood, if you're in a country that has road rules, which are most of them admit, you probably have a blood alcohol limit level that is enforced by the police. When you actually look at the stats, guys, the blood alcohol limit is a smaller part of what causes injury or accident or death on our roads than, say, for example, tiredness. The problem, of course, is that you can't really screen for tiredness, can you? There's no real test for it. And that in itself is the problem, right? When you don't have some sort of measurement, there's no way to test whether something is right or wrong or good or bad, you're going to run into a bit of trouble because it's a very grey area. And what ends happening, especially in things like law, we kind of forget that that's a problem and we just move on with our lives. There's a very similar issue with proactiveness in the workplace, right? This is the reason why people like Piddy use proactive. No, I'm just kidding. That's actually got nothing to do with this at all. But what I'm really trying to get at is that proactiveness and employee engagement is by far the most important thing that any team leader, any manager, anyone in middle or senior management should be thinking about. And the reason for that is very simple. As soon as you take, say, a team of 20 and you engage them, their productivity goes through the roof, right? Now that might be for a little bit of time, but it will come back to level, and when it does level, it'll be leveling at an amount higher than what was previously. And the reason for that is because now you have people that are actually interested in doing the work that they're doing. Now, this isn't an easy thing. I'm talking about employee engagement as like, let's just flick on a switch. It's really not that easy. Employee engagement is by far one of the hardest things HR professionals have to deal with. But it's not just the HR professionals that should be dealing with it. It should be every manager, every team leader, anyone who's accountable for anyone else should be dealing with it. And then along with that, anyone who has a job, anyone who goes to work should think, does this particular role engage me in a way that I put maybe not my heart holistically, at least a little bit of it, but definitely my mind and that curiosity level, that needs to be engaged. And so when you get that, you get better productivity, you get happier people, and when you get happier people, guess what? You get less problems with things like time off, you have less problems with things like internal office politics. Everything starts churning, okay? And so what you should be thinking about as leaders today is, how do I get my guys and girls to engage into the work that they're doing? Make it easier for them to be engaged and be happy, and I promise you that that will reflect better as a team or as an organization if you continue doing that over a long period of time. Here's the problem. The problem is that there is no effective test for engagement, right? So you can't sort of go, okay, let's do some sort of survey and we'll find out what the employee engagement is, and then we'll do another survey in 6 months' time and check the difference. The problem with those sort of things, it's all very self. So if you do like a engagement survey, which many companies do, but it's just, it's probably more there because one of the big fours have told you to do it rather than, it's actually meaning anything. And really, to be honest, guys, engagement comes at the point where you don't need to do surveys anymore, right? So you kind of, if you're finding yourself doing a survey, you already know the answer, and the answer is that you need to work harder at engagement, okay? So no, there's no test, but you will see a marked difference in the way that people work through the day, through the week, through the year even, once you have an engaged community of employees. All right, guys? All right, that's it for me for today. I know that was kind of off topic a little bit, but I have found that so many of our clients have a real problem in engagement. People just come in to do their work and go away, and they're not really caring about what they do. They turn up to meetings late because they don't respect other people's times. All these sort of things don't bode well for an organization who's trying to meet some amazing visions. Alright guys, thanks for that. See you next week.